Let's add layers and depth to your next full cover set. So what we're going to start with is thinning out the tip. So I'm just going to use my safety bit, and I have the safety bit coarse. You can use either the safety bit coarse or just the regular safety bit. But just going through and just thinning out at least the free edge. Our full cover tips are a lot thinner back by that cuticle area, so I'm really going to just thin out from maybe about halfway down, maybe about through the arch, down through the rest of the free edge, taking down a little bit of that bulk. So I'm just pulling that bit all the way through, thinning that nail just a little bit. Now I don't want to bring it too thin, I don't want to bring it paper thin, but just enough to take down a little bit of the bulk. And then once I have that thinned out, then I will go through the cuticle area just a little bit and then just kind of flow through the rest of the nail. Again, just taking down a little bit of the bulk. Okay, so once we have that thinned out a little bit, we still want to go through and prep that surface because we're going to be using gel over the top of this. Gel tends to stay a lot thinner than, say, an acrylic would over the top of it. So if I'm trying to do dimension over a full cover tip, I would definitely recommend gel versus acrylic. So when we're going to apply gel over our nail, we do want to make sure that we have a textured surface. So I'm going to switch my bit now to my medium sanding band, coming around that cuticle. And then I'm just going to feather that bit through to create a little bit of texture and making sure that I don't have any shine left or smoother areas from our safety bit. Okay, we'll go ahead and dust off our nail, and then we're going to cleanse with our swipe. And then once that's dry, we'll apply one coat of our protein bond. Okay, so now at this point we have a nice thin surface to work on, and we can add in our colors and our glitters. We're going to start with a thin application of our Ombre pat gels. These are an excellent product to use for this type of work because they're very thin. They're not actually going to build up any structure or thickness to the nail. So I'm going to start with 3 different colors here: Beelines, Gas Station Oracle, and then we have Lost Tourist. So those are the 3 colors that I'm going to be blending together. Now, when I work with multiple colors and I'm trying to blend them onto one whole nail, I actually like to take our sponges and cut them into smaller pieces. Now, could you use the full sponge? Absolutely. But personally, I just like to cut those into smaller pieces. For me, it's just going to work a little bit easier for blending multiple colors onto one nail. So we're going to use one small little sponge. So we're going to dab a little bit of that color, and we're going to set that wherever you want. So just kind of creating patterns, creating your colors however you want your background to look. So just using that small piece of sponge to just start to dab through, blending in a little bit of that color. Now, I like to grab an extra lint-free wipe, and I'll actually clean out a little bit of that excess gel from my sponge. So now I can go on to my next color without having to change out the sponge or getting any of that color, that first color, into the second color. So just a quick, easy way to go from one color to the next. I'll grab a little bit of that orange, blend that in, maybe on either side of the yellow, and then clean out my sponge again. We'll grab a little bit of that pink and blend that in as well. Just a little bit more. Now when I work up around the cuticle area, I do like to work a little bit slower, making sure that I'm keeping as much product off of the skin as possible. But if you do accidentally get any of that on the skin, make sure to clean that off using your Polish Perfector detail brush. So that way you're not going to cure that gel onto the skin. And again, if I need to clean out my sponge a little bit, blend those colors a little bit more. And once you have the color how you like it, we'll go ahead and cure that. Now you can either cure this in the full UV LED light, or a lot of times I like to use our touch cure light, especially if I'm just doing one nail. For me, it's a little bit quicker and easier to just set that color into place. And you only need to really set this for about 10 to 20 seconds. So nice and quick and easy. Now, if you decide that you want a little bit more bold color, go ahead and add in a second coat. Again, I'm going to clean out the color. We'll grab a little bit more of that yellow, blending that right through. Clean out my sponge again, switch to my next color. And clean it out one more time, and we'll grab a little bit of that darkest color. Blend that in. And I think I'm going to clean out a little bit more of that pink from my sponge, and then I can just go through and really blend those colors together really well. Okay, I think we've got that blended how I want. So I'm going to go ahead and get that again into either the Touch Cure light or the UV LED. Okay, so this one we're going to just put into the full UV LED light for a minimum of 30 seconds. All right, our color is cured out. So now we're going to start layering in our glitters or our confettis and things like that. So I'm going to start with my base gel, and this is a Synergy hard gel. But I like to use the base because it is very thin. Again, it's the trend that we're doing with this application. Every layer is going to stay as thin as possible. So we're going to apply a nice thin layer of the base from cuticle to free edge, and we'll grab our glitters. So the glitters that we have today are Possession, Wedding Rumors, which is kind of a chunkier mylar. And we also have our larger confettis. We've got Major Raindrops, and we also have Bump In. So usually what I like to do is I actually will start with my largest glitter first. So that way it's deeper into the nail. So that way as I'm adding my layers over the top of it, I can kind of encapsulate that a little bit more so I don't have to worry about the edges poking out. I'm just gonna grab one of my old art brushes, and I'm gonna use that to pick up those little pieces of confettis or chunkier glitters. And I'm just going to set those down into that wet layer of base. Just make sure that they're setting all the way down into that base. We'll grab a little bit of the other confettis and just set those down wherever we want to. All right, I think I'm liking where those are at. Now I am going to add in my mylar. And a lot of times what I like to do with the mylar, because it can be a little bit chunkier, a little bit thicker, I'll take a little bit of that and just kind of run it between my fingers down onto my art palette. And that way I can just pick up bits and pieces of it, and I can set those wherever I want those pieces. So I'm not going to be picking up too much. Now I am going to cure this, but before I cure, I actually am going to look from the side view, and I want to make sure that all of those pieces are sitting as flat down into that gel as possible. So we're going to go ahead and cure this again for another 30 seconds. Okay, so our first layer is cured. Now, depending on how much more glitter you want to add, you can continue to layer these in. So I am going to do one more layer with glitter. So we're going to take a little bit more of that base gel and just brush that right over our nail. Again, keeping this very thin, just enough to coat over those glitters. And we'll grab a little bit more of those smaller pieces, setting those down in wherever you want. And if you feel like you need to add any more of the other glitters, you can definitely do that. This one I think I might actually put down onto my tile as well, just so I don't pick up too many of those. And again, setting those right down into the nail, making sure that those are right down into that gel. Okay, I think I'm liking how that is. I'm just going to push that a little away from the edge. Now you can bring that product all the way to the edge, but I actually, especially around that cuticle area, I don't always bring my glitters all the way to that cuticle area or to the edge, because I may have to do a little bit of filing, and I don't want to file off my glitters, so I just kind of position them so it looks like they're just fading off the edge. We're going to go ahead back into our light one more time for another 30-second cure. So our last layer of glitter is cured out. Now we are going to cap this, and when I'm doing my sculpted dimensional nails, I usually like to use my Build Pink to encapsulate everything. It really gives the nail a bright kind of a reflection with your glitters. So today we're going to still use our Build Pink gel, but we're not going to actually build up any structure. All we're gonna do is, just like we've been doing, is just apply a thin layer to encapsulate our glitters. Now, we're not gonna apply as thin of a layer as the base because we do need to really make sure that we do have our glitters encapsulated. So I'm gonna keep that nice and thin by my cuticle area. And then I'm just gonna lightly, not quite float, but not quite brush. So almost float my brush over the surface because I just wanna leave a little bit of a layer over that glitter. So just encapsulating the glitter, leaving a nice smooth finish. And once I have everything capped, I'll just let my build pink settle for a second. So this way it can kind of flow into those low spots or cover those high spots. And once I feel like it is nice and smooth, we'll get that back into the light for a full 60-second cure. Okay, so at this point, there's a couple of options. If you feel like everything is nice and smooth, there's no texture, there's no rough edges, so you could go right into your top coat and seal the nail and be done. Now, if you do feel like you can see any lumps or bumps or any high spots or low spots, go through and cleanse the nail with your swipe, cleanse off that tacky finish, and then you can grab your either 180 or 150 grit file, go through, smooth out any edges, making sure that there is no glitter poking out the sides, and then we'll just lightly file over the surface. So you shouldn't have had a whole lot of thickness to file off. Right now we're just going through making sure everything is nice and smooth. Now I do have our 180 file buffer combo. If you need to, you can give it just a quick buff. Now I say a quick buff because we don't want to spend all day here buffing and making sure that this is perfectly smooth. But if you have a brand new buffer that has a good amount of texture to it, you can go through and just catch any of those rough edges. If we create too smooth of a surface, if we buff with maybe a buffer that is finer than the 180 or something that is maybe worn down a little bit more, or if you just go to town and smooth it out completely, that could create too smooth of a surface for your top coat to adhere well to. So again, you want to make sure if you are buffing it, just do just a quick buff and don't try to make it too smooth. Our last steps, we're going to dust this off. Cleanse one more time with our swipe, apply one more coat of our protein bond, and then we will do our top coat and we'll do a final cure of 60 seconds. Now, if you feel like you need a thin top coat, use the gel polish top coat. But if you feel like maybe you still have just a tiny little bit of texture, maybe a tiny little piece of glitter that was poking out, you can also use the ultimate finish. That is a little bit of a thicker consistency, so that's gonna kind of seal in a little bit more if you do have just a little bit of a higher low spot. But both of those are gonna be a tack-free finish. Once they're cured, they're gonna have a tack-free finish. You don't have to cleanse anything, and they're gonna be ready to go. So our nail is completely cured out. And you can see that we've got a beautiful dimensional nail on our full cover tip. So as long as you keep your layers thin, you can do beautiful dimension on your full cover tips.